All right. Well, this was originally recorded back on April 28th, and it is June 4th, and I'm just now getting to edit this video. Anyways, this day had a lot of unsuccessful prospecting in it, and I decided to just go ahead and go back to a spot that I knew for sure had good gold in it because I just needed to see some kind of gold in the box. Because I blanked out the last two spots earlier in the day that I tried. So this is up closer to the dam. This is a spot where I've been to with the Modern Prospector. I've been here myself several times, and this seems to be a pretty stable spot. And I was going to try a few different spots just up from my normal spot. These were spots that I was pretty certain had gold, but I wanted to test them out to make sure. But I knew I was close enough to my good spot where if I didn't find any gold at this slightly new spot about 100 feet away, I could just go to my normal honey hole, which you saw right there. I just went off the right side of the screen. So that tree right in front of the middle of the camera there is where we're going to focus at today. So thanks guys, and stick around and let me know with the comments what you think about the video.
So the Modern Prospector and I have been trying to find out if there's a pattern to this gold. So let me kind of show you guys here. So that first row of trees over there, that's where my honey hole over there where I found most of the gold. I tried the front side of that bar, did pretty good. If you come towards us about 15 feet, try that, nothing there. I have not tried this spot though, and this looks pretty good because it's a little hump here. And the other day we were down here and we tried a hump out that way somewhere. There was a little hump. I don't remember exactly where. I think out to the left over that big rock. His water's down a little bit today. They're not running as much water. And it was really good. But then we tried on up. Wasn't really a hump, but there was some cobbles there. Nothing like the gold wasn't nearly as good as it was here. So today I think I may try a few spots on this hump here, trying the front side, the top point where this tree is, maybe the outside. We'll see how it works. So I think the first place we'll try is the beginning, what looks like the beginning of the drop-off zone right here up on this higher spot. And if you look, I've got my classifier here. I reinforced it a whole bunch and hopefully it'll work well. So let's go ahead and try this. The sands are very dark here because a little down closer to the water because it's been running so much water through here. So all the lights are washed away. But if I find 5 or 6 specks in this one pan here, I know this is going to be a pretty fire spot. All right, let's try this out and see what we've got here. A little bit shallow water. May have to get some deeper water. All right, let's dump that out. Big old piece of nasty stained quartz there. I'm gonna eventually cook all these quartz, quench them, and then break them up, see if we can find anything good out of it. Lots of ironstones, so let's go ahead and see what we have here. All right, let's see what we have here. Hopefully there's any gold in here. There's still a lot of black sands. I did lose a little bit. Should have been a little bit more careful whenever I was dumping it into the little scooper to strain out the ironstones. All right, well they're gonna be hard to see here. I don't have the right angle here, but there are several pieces in there. A few of them I accidentally washed back, but that's enough for me anyways to say, let's run this spot. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is classify into a bucket and then dump the bucket into a tub So I can be a little bit more efficient. I can classify a couple of tubs at a time, or a couple of buckets at a time, and then run them out of my tub, aka ice chest. All right, so run some of this. A lot of clay. The bucket's heavy. Oh, note to self. Do not do a full bucket next time. You know better than that. Oh, about dumped it in there without the classifier. All right, about half a bucket there. We'll just say that's about 2 buckets worth. All right, let's go ahead and start running this stuff. See what we get. So you guys are quite a ways out in the river here, but it should work. So, yeah. Oh yeah, it's running nicely. So I know some people in one of my other videos were asking if the inconsistent water flow is bad, and so far I haven't had a problem with it. It's better than too little of water flow, that's for sure. Or too much water flow, which also, that's for sure. Yeah, this bottom mat was giving me fits. I was afraid that it was gonna pop up like that. And I have to swap it out. It had some bend in it or something. I do not like the way that this mat is working. Oh, geez Louise. I need to make a stand for this. Yeah, look at all the... Oh, that is the wrong bucket. Oh, well. That was supposed to be the bucket I sat in. So, we'll just run it for a second, get it cleaned out. I'll swap the mats out. I do need it fairly clean, because if there's any sand or grit or anything, it can cause the mats to not sit right. So this is kind of based off of a vortex mat. Should fit better. It's a thicker mat too. I may have to make these other ones a bit thicker so they don't bow up like that. But let's go ahead and run that. That's a big old piece of clay there at the top. I don't have the cool stick like the Modern Prospector has. Check his YouTube channel out. He has a cool, like a Yeti cup on a stick. And it works really well here. This is working pretty well too. Yeah, I have really screwed this run up. Oh. Trying to think if I need there's a spot I can sluice it on up there. That's a lot of weight to move though, just to sluice it. But I really don't want to lose a whole bunch of gold either. Decisions. I think we'll have to go set up and sluice it. It's not too far away. Further than I wanted to go, but it's just right over there. So we'll be back in a minute. let's try running the sluice box here. I've got my sluice box flare on. Got a lot of flow here. I don't think it's too much. We'll see. You run a scoop here and see what happens. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks really good. Nice, consistent, smooth flow. How'd that big rock get in there? I classified all of this. I have about 2 buckets here to run. Clay in there I got down to too somehow. I'm just kind of trying to dissolve all of that out. Oh, that last mat is clogged up. Oh, there's a rock in the way too. I thought about making a little diversion where I kind of force the water that way to clean the tailings out. Make my little diversion here. There we go. All right, maybe that'll help a little bit with the tailings at least. There we go. Probably do the same thing on the other side and really get this good, but oh well. More clay there. Shouldn't be anything on the inside of the clay, but some stuff may have stuck to the outside of the clay, so try to break some of that up a little bit. Let me try a different camera angle here, see if you guys can see what I can see. There we go. I'll try not to bump it. Yeah, it's running nicely. If you hear a little splishy splashing, it's because I'm trying to get some of the water out of my tub here. Some people showed up to fish down from me a little bit, and they pulled up right next to me and probably trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing. I don't think they'd want to fish right where I'm at, because it's all the rocks and current. Upstream or downstream from here is probably a place they'd want. I don't mind sharing the bank line. No tailings. A big old piece of clay. All right, let's see if we can get through the rest of this now. Try to get a little bit more flow there. Maybe help with the tailings pile a little bit at least.
So what happened there was my camera just fell into the water face first, and I didn't realize it had stopped recording at first. I was talking about it falling in. I was actually pretty excited to get to see the footage of what it looked like as the camera submerged through the water and looked right straight at the ground inside the water. But unfortunately, when it hit the water, I guess it just turned the camera off as if I had hit the stop button. So anyways, it was really funny, and I was kind of bummed that it wasn't recording still.
Self out. There's a lot of black sand piled up there at the end again. I may have to take this home and finish it. That bucket's gonna be heavy though. Still exchanges happening, even with how much I have in there. Normally I sample my tailings a lot to see how my mats are doing and how my runs go and everything, but I'm not gonna be able to this time. Floodgates are finally off. They've been on for a long time. Now they have the floodgates off and they're running just the generators again, so I bet the fishermen are all happy. With the floodgates open and the generators off, the current's in the wrong spot for all the fishermen.
Alright, and here's the results of the cleanup. I've got it under a digital microscope that I've got. It's working on the being able to get it in focus very well, but here's the results. They were some decently chunky gold from this spot, especially compared to a lot of the other gold we find in Oklahoma. These are still pretty small. Again, this is under a microscope with pretty strong magnification, but there you can see the end of my little file that I'm poking it with. But this is for right about 2 buckets of material, so wasn't too awfully bad. I'd say there's probably 40, 50, 60 pieces there. I don't know, maybe a little bit less, but it's not quite as good as the honey hole, but it's not too bad. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, it helps out a lot. Leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the video. Thanks, guys. Bye.